Hello everyone and welcome to FTB Interactions Remastered, episode 23. Today we have to passive everything. Welcome to the corridor of passiving everything. Yes, it's ugly. I think I find that hard to care about right now, to be honest. So here is a little sort of idea of some of the things I'd like to passive. So that's all the sort of main 5 components up until EV. And yeah, that's quite a lot of things, really. But that's fine. I'm sure we will manage. I think actually the main issue is making enough machines for all of this, to be quite honest. I'm not quite sure where to start with it all. Maybe wires, maybe something else. I don't know. It's quite a lot of things. I also forgot to do electrum. So not everything's actually highlighted on here. Yeah, for example, I don't think I did tantalum either, which is from the dust. Where is it? Which comes from the electrolyzer. So yeah, there's still a fair amount of stuff for me to do here. It's quite overwhelming a task, but we'll see how it goes, I suppose. So for some reason in this pack, when you want to make a drawer, you can only make 4 drawers. At least to my knowledge, because to make an actual frame drawer, it doesn't have a recipe. It just shows you the 4 colour options. We have spectre wood, silver wood, warped fungus, and wild wood. And the easiest of those for us to get is spectre, so that's what we've gone for. And it's a nice colour. I don't quite understand why we don't have more choice, to be honest. But whatever, such is the way of these things, I suppose. So I've just made a little tally of all the stuff we need to be able to passive everything on my list. And it's quite a lot of things. For example, we need 31 assemblers, 12 wire mills, 10 lathes, 2 polarizers, 19 extruders, 9 metal benders, 3 alloy smelters, 3 fluid solidifiers, 2 circuit assemblers. 2 circuit assemblers? That should probably be 3 circuit assemblers. I must have missed the MV circuit off the list. 3 chemical reactors, 7 macerators, 2 cutting saws, 2 laser engravers, 3 blast furnaces, 1 packager, 4 mixers, 5 electrolyzers, 2 arc furnaces, 2 normal furnaces, 1 vacuum freezer, 1 centrifuge, and 1 chemical bath. Give or take a few of each. So in total, that's 131 machines. That's quite a lot of machines. So we'll see how we go. This will take a long time. Oh dear. I have used a lot of my stainless steel to start our production. So right now I've used all our macerators. This is everything that we have. I've used our macerators to passive iron dust, antimony dust, lead, tin, manganese, nickel, and zinc. So that's several of the dusts that we need. I will need to do some mixing. I don't know if I don't have Chrome going automatically into the system, so we'll see. This is my drawer controller. We might need to go up more than across to this side, but we'll see. And I've got a storage bus on here, and it's all working well. So I'll continue to passive some stuff. I'm doing this sort of mostly off camera because I'm not entirely confident in my ability to do this, so bear with me. Okay, so now I have done 4 mixes worth of stuff, I think. I had 4 mixes made, so I assume that's all we need for now. I might be wrong though, because it's a little confusing, because I've just got a lot of stuff highlighted here and not really any reason for it. But we have stainless steel, which I should probably increase the buffer a bit more, because we will need lots of that. Cancel. Actually, let's just take the downgrade out. We are out of nickel, however, so I'll need to go mine maybe quickly now. Canthal dust we have here, and we also have soldering alloy dust. Oh, and also ferrite mixture dust, which is used for some of the circuit stuff. And here we have a few more things automated. We have electrum, bronze, red alloy, though I'm now out of redstone, which is shocking, because I've always got tons of redstone. That's fine, I've got loads sort of backed up. And now we also have steel production automated. I just chucked the big line of ender fluid conduit down here with an oxygen thingy-mabob in it. So yeah, we're doing all right so far. These don't have, what are they called? The buffer sort of limit, the storage downgrade, because I thought we just need lots of this anyway. So yeah, that's a good few more things I can tick off the list. So bronze, red alloy. I'm sure there's some other things here that I just can't see right now, but yeah, we're not doing too bad. I made some frame trim, but I can't figure out how to make it look like the drawers, so that's fun. This should hopefully reach all the way along here in terms of the drawer controller. It's a 12 by 12 by 12, and I think it's a square and not a circle. We should be fine. I got more drawers as well. Why can't I turn it around? So yeah, we should be good. So the problem with passiving everything is you quite easily run out of stuff. I am out of copper and tin and all sorts of nonsense. At least it gives me an excuse to process some of the ores that I've collected. But goodness me, are we just sort of running out of everything all over the place? But it's fine, it's whatever. As long as we're making some of the stuff that we need. Aha, that was my other wire that I needed, was tantalum. I don't think I've got that automated particularly, but there we go. So a quick update on where I've got to with passive things. We have lots of rods, screws, wires, some ingots over here, plate, some other wires. This one hasn't been locked yet. We have some gears, small gears, some bolts and some rotors over here. We've still got quite a bit left. We are running out of things quite rapidly. I haven't set up the platinum wire mill either because because I haven't made it. But that's fine. We'll set that up soon. This is another lathe. That's for neodymium. I'm just waiting on some of that to cook right now. So yeah, we're sort of getting there a little bit. We're not doing amazing though. I mean, as long as you get the sort of stuff to the LV motors, I need to set up the assemblers. That'll be the biggest section. That's like 31, so that's quite a lot. We should still have enough channels, I think. I don't quite know how many were left on this P2P, but we'll see. I guess when things stop connecting, that's when we know we've got too many. So yeah, there we go. We are progressing. Oh, there we go. I put some stainless steel in, so that's filling that buffer up a bit more. So yeah, we're getting there. This will definitely just be incredibly beneficial to us, like really soon, to be honest, because yeah, it'd be really good to have all of this stuff automated. And after absolutely ages, I mean ages in terms of everything, but maybe in terms of today as well, we have all of this sort of like SMD, diodes, capacitors, passive, to help us make the circuits in the future. And we've still got a bunch of assemblers left that we'll need to do other things with, so we'll keep going with that. We need to look at this processes, I think. Well, liquid soldering alloy. I mean, I've got soldering alloy dust. I think, did I have a spare furnace? Sure, yeah, I've got a spare electric furnace over here. This will be for soldering alloy. And yeah, we're doing pretty good. We want the soldering alloy dust in here, and we'll connect all this up. And now, after many, many episodes, I have finally been able to mostly fully passive our LV circuits, which is amazing news for us. I haven't passived the things like the CPU and the RAM. I don't know if we need to. We get so many from stuff like the phosphorus-doped wafers. It's very annoying to passive, so I might just leave that for now. We'll see. But that is another very excellent step that we have just taken. So I want to also try and passive the I've got tantalum dust, isn't really passive, but I should be able to do MV circuits at the very least now too. And now I've also managed to passive MV and HV circuits. This is a little slow. We're just waiting for a bit of a backlog of the plastic circuit boards, which shows cooking up nicely as before. We've also got iron 3 chloride automated over here. We've actually even got the excess hydrogen from that going into the rest of the system, since hydrogen we're a bit low on still. And yeah, perfect. So that's basically 3 tiers of circuits pretty much passived, which is very good. I'm going to try and move on to some of these pumps and stuff now and see how that goes. I have now ran out of iron and various other things. We're getting there with I've got all of the motors up to EV passive, which is very nice. Thanks to the space miner working now, getting more iron's not that difficult. This all just came from whatever was backlogged in that miner, so this will give us a fair amount of ore. We can quadruple it, so we should have enough iron from this, and we've got tons of copper left over from doing that before. The passiving is going pretty well. I think this will just make everything so much easier in the future. Oh, we've got some copper left over. I have to do it like this because it doubles and it doesn't fit in this unless you do it in little 8s like this. I know I can just chuck it in a furnace, but this thing's pretty fast still compared to everything else, so I still don't mind doing it this way, and that should be us pretty full on that for now. I'd also just like to bring up Aurelia again just for 1 minute, because actually I think it's a lot closer than we think, because thank you to Royal, who's informed me that if I make a multi-block mixer, I assume this is the multi-block mixer, which is IV tier, we can just make 2 IV input hatches, and therefore we will have a LUV tier mixer to make the osmiridium. So actually Aurelia is IV tier, not LUV, and we will not need to get into the assembly machine before we go there. We do need to get into IV, however, which we are not quite at this point, but we will get there soon enough. And yeah, so that should be a good time. I keep running out of redstone also, but I've got absolutely tons of the ore. I just haven't been able, well, I just didn't have the space before to process any of it. Now we have 8, we have the space, and also I'm using it all up. So time to process some more redstone. Good thing I've got about 6,000 ore. Okay, so we've got a few motors, pistons, pumps. We are just waiting on the EV pumps because we don't have any EV motors left. They've probably gone to the EV pistons. Do I get a... No rewards for that. I think for this one it's Canthal while we're out of, so I'm just waiting for some Canthal to cook up. Should probably automate blast furnaces, but I haven't done that yet. So yeah, we've got quite a good wall of things, to be quite honest. I think, to be honest, that's kind of good enough for me for now. I spent a long time doing this. I'm quite happy with what we've got so far. I have room now to passive things if I need them. We should be able to make machines more easily. Having the circuits on passive, I think, is the most important part. This is sort of holding everything up at the moment, but it's fine. Hopefully we don't need too many in one go. But yeah, there we go. I mean, I'll make this look prettier when we've had a bit more into it. I did put a floor in. I know that's not the best. It is. I quite like how it looks with the blue drawers and stuff. Yeah, not too bad. So I guess the next plan is to kind of push into IV a little bit. Ooh, that's a cool color motor. We can't even make that. I want to push into IV so we can get the mixer so that we can go to Aurelia. So I think we are going to need 5 IV machine casings, or IV hulls, which will need some platinum cable. Do I have any platinum cable? Oh, I do have platinum cable and PTFE, which we should have in our bag. And that's because we need 2 IV energy hatches. I did just check, and you cannot have more than 2 on an EBF. So I'm just going to make some IV ones, and we're going to sort of cheat a little bit and just move them around. There we go, some IV machine hulls. That's a quest. I wonder if that gives me any more IV machine hulls. That would be nice, wouldn't it? No, just experience. Okay, so we've got them. We might have a struggle with some IV circuits as well, so we'll have to see. But yeah, we need 2 energy hatches. We also will need a assembling machine, a cutting machine, and a chemical reactor. Don't know if we can make these or not. We need silicon rubber. We don't have that. Oh, because we need liquid silicon rubber, that's what we need. I have just made a little system here for it. So we start off, oh, that's the wrong thing. We start off over here. We've already got wood vinegar, so I'm just distilling it into methanol. That goes into an advanced chemical reactor with some hydrochloric acid, which gets us chloromethane gas. That goes into another chemical reactor with some silicon dust to get us dimethyl dichloride silane gas. Or whatever. That will then mix with the water in another advanced chemical reactor to get us something else. Oh goodness, whatever makes silicon rubber. Polydimethylsiloxane dust and sulfur mixes together to get liquid silicon rubber, which I've just put in an advanced solidifier. So that will get us the stuff that I need. Woohoo! And it's just all here because it connects to the AE system, and it was all sort of fluids. It's a bit slow, but it's not too bad. We are also going to need some IV motors, which takes a bit of tungsten steel, which I'll turn into rods, some graphene wire, which is just made with some silicon, some graphite, and some carbon, and also some tungsten cable, which is just the thin polyvinyl sheet and the tungsten wire. I am just making some more tungstate up. We've got quite a bit, macerated, and I just haven't processed it yet, so I'm just sort of in the process of processing that at the moment, and hopefully we'll have, I think I've almost got a stack of tungsten anyway. I think I got 50 something. I'd like some more, obviously. This only takes one at a time. Oh, we had like some tungstate in here anyway. I just hadn't turned this on for a while, but yeah, so this should electrolyze stuff correctly. We'll get some tungsten out of this. Yeah, sadly I couldn't quite manage to get enough, well, I didn't have enough IV circuits left to be okay, but that's fine. I can get some more. We should need 32 RAM. We need 4 more circuits to be good. So, or maybe we need a stack of RAM and other things, annealed copper. Oh good, we've got plenty of that. Yeah, so a little annoying, nothing we can't handle, so it should be easy enough. There we go. To be honest, my biggest worries were the circuits, so it's nice to know that that actually should be fine. So that should be everything we need to make some more IV circuits. And now we have found an annoying kink in the works in the form of a laminated glass, which we need to make the elite cutting saw, which we need to make the HPIC, which is annoying. So to get this, we need polyvinyl butyl acetate, which is a fluid, which is a mix of polyvinyl acetate and butyrylhyd something or other. So I haven't actually looked at this. It is a mix of oxygen and vinyl acetate, and vinyl acetate is ethylene, acetic acid, and oxygen. Okay, and this one is carbon monoxide, propane, and hydrogen. And carbon monoxide, I don't know if we have. We can centrifuge it from nether air. We can chemically react it from some carbon and some oxygen. So, I mean, and we can distill it from wood gas. I'm sure we can sort of scuff a bit of this out somehow. We're just doing this up here because I have some spare combustion generators. But if we combine oxygen and ethylene on circuit 2, oops, I did it on circuit 1, we should get acetic acid and also now some polyethylene, which I'll have to find where to put this in my big bag of, oh, that's vinyl chloride. Oh dear, oh well, whatever. Acetic acid is coming. And with a bit more oxygen, we can mix it. Oh, wrong circuit. Never mind. It needs to be on circuit 3. But if it was on circuit 3, we'd be able to mix the acetic acid, the ethylene gas, and the oxygen, and we will get vinyl acetate. I will automate this properly soon, but I just want to do this quickly so we can get to Aurelia. With some carbon monoxide, some propane, and some hydrogen, we should be able to make ourselves some... Oh no, that's methanol. We also need to combine our vinyl acetate with oxygen to get ourselves polyvinyl acetate. And if I combine the butyl whatever in my bob and the vinyl acetate, we should get ourselves liquid polyvinyl butyryl, which we can then turn into other things and put in a forming press, which I think I have, but I'm not entirely sure. Probably not, because that's the way things work. Oh, I have an MV forming press, but not an HV one. That's such a shame. And now, if I take some tempered glass and the polybutyl thingamabob, we can put it in a forming press, which I've just chucked here. Why, you may ask? Because I'm weird and lazy, and I can't bother to set it up properly. I doubt we'll even need it that much. And now we have laminated glass. We are another step closer to what we... So now we can make ourselves a chemical reactor, and not quite, but we are almost being able to make an elite cutting machine. And this should be our elite cutting machine. Woohoo! So now we have all the machines I think that we need to be able to make ourselves the IV energy hatches. Minor setback, we cannot cook the iridium that we need without an an IV blast furnace, so I need to take a little bit of a back burner on this. I think this will be much easier, so we just need some aluminium cable, which we have on passive, so that's nice and easy. We also need some EV machine hulls, which will make the expensive way, because who cares. We'll also need some pick, which I think we have. Pick, yep, 1, 2. I'm sure I've made EV energy hatches. It seems too familiar. And we need some fine tungsten steel wire. I think that's like that. And then some neodymium magnetic rods. Is it magnetic ones I need? Yeah, so this should all be fairly easy. Okay, so I've just moved the RTM coils and one of the spare blast furnaces down here for now, so that we can get our 4 iridium. We only need 4 for this, which is pretty lucky, because it only takes 4 minutes. So, wonderful. And then we'll have our insane voltage coils, and we'll be getting there to be able to make what we want. Woohoo! Crazy times, really. Oh, this is such a mess. I'm in a rush. We can also just chuck our we're out of power. Why? Is this because this can't handle enough power? Quite possibly. That's all right. We're done with this for now, so we can turn this off. Yep, you can stop. We don't need you for now. So now we should have enough power. Maybe if I disconnect those? Evidently not. You'd think all of these would be enough. Seems... Are we going to do our classic turn this off until it gets enough power sort of thing again? We may have to. Ta-da! 2 insane voltage coils. So now all I need is the HPIC. We are going to need some liquid vanadium gallium for this, which is actually really easy. We just need to mix vanadium and gallium, and obviously that's not how we do it. We need, is it an EV mixer? Yeah, we've got one of those. That's fine. And while our EV mixer is a little bit cramped, it does still work, and we can mix everything up to get ourselves the dust, which we will also need to now cook in a blast furnace, I think, with RTM coils, which is annoying because I might have to just move them back up again. Where's the blast? Yes. So that'll be fun. So with an IV chemical reactor, some liquid vanadium gallium, indium gallium phosphate and PIC wafers, and also a tight eye on the situation so that we don't run out of power, which is very likely. Oh my god, 60 seconds. In 60 seconds we'll have exactly what we need. Goodness me. And now with some water and some patience. Oh, 90 seconds. This one's even worse. I will very slowly but surely get the last little bit that we need. Oh my goodness. Painful. And now, with only 10 seconds to wait for this one, we can make our IV energy hatches, which is lovely. And I've also just realised I don't think I've actually made the red matter that we need for this. But that's fine, that shouldn't be too bad. We've made everything for it before. But there we go, IV energy hatches. Well, let's take the first one over here. 1 IV energy hatch. Woohoo, we did it. 1 IV energy hatch. I like EEV, we'll get into it enough to not cause so many problems, but I would just like to go to Aurelia. To add to our scuffedness, I'm going to make the acidic osmium solution we need for the osmium in a large chemical reactor I've just commandeered and stuck an IV hatch onto. So, yeah, we should... Oh, we can do about a second at a time. Okay. Yes, I do just have an HV combustion generator attached to this. This isn't ideal. This is very silly. That's fine. That's fine. I don't care if we're being a bit silly. Let's just speed that up. And we'll do this all properly another time. Is that full still? No. We'll do 2 seconds at a time and then we'll check. And then, I mean, I just have to do that a fair amount. So that's not a problem. Oops, it went down again. 1 second at a time, I suppose. Okay, I stole the battery buffer instead from somewhere else. That seems to work a little bit better. As in, we're not having to stop it every 2 seconds. Oh, okay, every few seconds I have to stop it. But it's fine, it's still working better than it was. Am I truly not the greatest Greg Tech player that has ever lived? Truly. And now we have some acidic osmium solution, which I kind of forgot what we need to do with it. We need to make this one, which is a LV chemical reactor. Okay, that's nice and easy. I forgot about this step, but we need to put it in a advanced distillery first so that we can get our osmium tetroxide dust out of it. And this should be enough dust to have everything that we need. And if I mix that with hydrogen, oh yes, no, we do get osmium. I thought we didn't get osmium there for a second. We do get osmium. We also get this stuff, which I need a little mitt to hold, which is annoying because that means we shouldn't have put it in there. I should have just left it where it was. Whoops. And now, ta-da, we have 4 osmium. So we're really, really getting there. So to get the osmiridium, it's... Oh, we only needed 1 osmium. Whoops. Oh, well, we've got 4 osmium now. We just need a bit of iridium, like so. And this is where we'll need our big mixer. Okie dokie. Knock from the future here. I've had to re-record this bit because for some reason when I was talking about this, a demon came and started... messing with the audio, and it's just for this bit where I'm talking about the Gregor-Kality multi-blocks. So the plan at the moment was to make a mixer, a large mixing vessel, which is made like this. And to make this, we needed Hastelloy X and Miraging Steel 300. And when you click on this normally to try and find how to make it, there's absolutely no recipe. And just to point this out, in the material tree, we have something called liquid Hastelloy X, which doesn't have a recipe apart from extracting. And this is the same for lots of the alloys from this mod. And I figured out eventually, it did take me quite a while, that if we look at the molten version rather than the liquid version, there is in fact a recipe. And that is the same for all of these. So anything that looks like it doesn't have a recipe actually does have a recipe, but for some reason the material tree shows you the liquid rather than the molten version, which is quite confusing. So our next step actually is to make the alloy blast smelter to be able to make ourselves the molten hastelloy X and also the miraging steel. This is made with some titanium carbide, tungsten carbide, and HSA steel, which we can actually do. May take a little bit of time, but we should be fine. Oh, so I know how I said I was never going to make RTM again. Well, we might have to make RTM again, unless I can make HSSG. Can we do this now? IV assembler. I know technically our IV system doesn't work. I'm doing inverted commas in real life. Because we don't really have an IV system. But if I was willing to turn everything off and on again while we make these, we've got what? Yes, it would be painful. But we've got tungsten carbide. We've got liquid tungsten. We can make HSSG dust. We could make 24 HSGG coils probably a lot more easily than we could make RTM, to be quite honest. And why do I need this? Well, I realized when I was looking at the alloy smelter and I was like, oh good, just cupronickel coils because I'm silly. But when you click on these, you actually need RTM at least. HSGG is the one above. Okay, can I cook it? Blast furnace RTM coil. We can even cook it. So actually, I think we'll be making HSSG coils instead of RTM coils because I like them more. They seem cheaper to me. It's just some chrome and some other things. So yeah, we will need a lot. Not that much. We could probably make 9 stacks pretty easily. We just, that's a lot of tungsten steel actually. We might be able to do that though, because tungsten steel we get 2 each. Yeah, I think this is actually really doable. So to actually make our 5 stacks of tungsten steel, we need 2.5 stacks of tungsten and 2.5 stacks of steel, which we have with tungsten left over, like 3 stacks of tungsten left over, plus quite a bit of tungstate left, which we are processing. It did have to turn this off. Why is it not getting power? Oh, it does have power. Why am I blind? Who knows? I don't know why. It's got power in it, so I don't quite know why it decided it didn't have power, apart from maybe because these are HV or something. I don't know. Oh yes, there we go. The power's gone. I'm going to swap these out for the ones down below. Hopefully then we'll have enough. Let's take all of them. Hopefully then we'll have enough power. All sorted. So yeah, I'm just making molybdenum silicate at the moment. Disilicate. Disilicide, molybdenum disilicide dust. Ooh, I like that word, disilicide. That's fun to say. And that's because to make the alloy blast thingy mabob, we need, where is it? It's used for something. I can't remember what. Heat vents. Heat vents. And we also need tantalum carbide, which I've already been mixing up, which is good. So yeah, all going well, I would say. So hopefully this continues and doesn't take too much longer. And then once this is done, we will make ourselves some tungsten steel, and I'll use the chrome. I think I need to get some more molybdenum. I don't know if I have any vanadium left, but I definitely don't have enough molybdenum. What about vanadium? Vanadium. We've got vanadium magnetite, which I think, is it electrolyzer or is it a centrifuge? I can centrifuge this, so that's fine. We will have enough vanadium, but we do need to get some more molybdenum. Ta-da! We are now making HSSG, which is going to take quite a while, but that's fine. I should probably just empty this thing out, but we'll just leave it in there because maybe one day we will finally make the rest of the stellar alloy. But just because I want to see it on camera, there we go. Our first HSSG. I wonder if we can get a quest for this. Let's have a look. Yes, we are at the stage where we could probably get a quest reward. Definitely. That's nice. So technically we only need to make 16. I think I'll be able to make quite a bit actually. What's the other thing that we need? Is it more? It's tungsten carbide. Well, we've got quite a lot of that anyway. I mean, to be fair, should we really make that many when it's going to be really slow and painful to make? Probably not, but it's fine. As long as we've got the assembler, that's not really a big deal. So yeah, there we go. Our HSSG, and this will take a long time to cook up. Just double checking, we can cook it EV RTM. It does take a while, and then this one just needs a HV vacuum freezer, and we should be good. Perfect. But genuinely though, this one's so much easier to make than the RTM coils, and it'll be hotter and better and faster and all that. So that's just kind of crazy, because I mean, at least, I don't know what Naquada's like. Naquada. It's an ore. No. See, this is why we need to go to Aurelia. Imagine how easy the world will be if you can just mine Naquada. While I'm waiting for stuff to make, stuff to cook, we do need to make a primal chicken. Oh, I need mana dust to make the primal chicken. That's annoying. We need this because we need the primal enriched eggs, which give us the dusts that we need to make more mana dust. What's the recipe for mana dust? It's just all of these in some unstable mana. I think we've got enough unstable mana. I don't think we've got some of these things. I don't know if I have blizz powder, to be quite honest. So I guess we're going to have to look for that, but we'll only need 2, so it should be fine. We need 2 thermal elemental matter, and with our alchemical matter infuser that we made before, with a bit of essence of knowledge, which I don't think I have. Okay, that's fine. I can just centrifuge some of the overworlding matter. That's nice and easy. A bit of lava and a bit of unstable mana. We'll get ourselves enough blitz and basalt's rods to be able to make the mana dust. I just have to hope that these 5 polymer clay gets me another thermal elemental matter. Not quite sure why I've got one already, probably from doing this before, so that's fine. Right, so let's give this a go. So we want to put lava in one and essence of knowledge in the other, and then I guess we put this on top. Oh, it made a noise. Yay, basalt's rods. And now we just need to do it again. I'll take the rest of the lava out. We'll put the unstable mana in, a bit of this, and there we go. 5 seconds and Liz rods. Okay, perfect. So I guess I'll take this out because this is useful, and I'll leave the rest in there. Perfect. Okay, so I've got some brine, the fluid, not the person, of course. And if I chuck that in here, there we go. That's our aerothium, and that's our petrothium dust. So now, to make it into mana dust, I need to get a bit more unstable mana, and we should be good to go. Okie dokie. We have some unstable mana. We chuck this in the mixer, and in a few seconds, we should get ourselves some mana dust. There's one. Is this a quest? Of course not. And there's the other. Let me take the rest of that back with me. And there we go. 2 mana dust. Perfect. Okay, so all of this stuff, circuit 19 and a bucket of vitriolic copper sulfate. 30 seconds later, we should have our primal chicken. And now I've just 16ified 10 the chicken. This is not, yes, I need to automate it, blah, blah, blah. Don't care. Here we'll just make some primal enriched eggs, and that is the chicken done. And that's because we need it for red matter. Red matter is blast furnace, nichrome, ivy. That's fine, we can get that. Bit of life essence, void metal, and dark matter is primal mana, vanadium, and empowered blah blah blah. We can do that fairly easily, but what we need is the primal mana, which is vintium, which we have loads of, deuterium, which we are getting from, or which you can get from ender air, and also mana dust, which is obviously what we just made. So we just need about 8 mana dust, so yeah, not too bad. With a bit of saved up mana, we should be able to make ourselves some empowered void crystals, and that's because I thought we might as well make the dark matter while I'm waiting for all the other stuff to cook up in the blast furnace. Luckily we had some vanadium already. This will take a while. I probably need to put some more petrol in these. Yeah, that's fine. We'll get to that, and slowly but surely we'll finally get our empowered void stuff. Woohoo! Ignore some of the other stuff in here, but if I combine some deuterium, the mana dust, and some vintium, we should get our first bit. Oh my goodness, it takes ages, of primal mana. I forgot this stuff. Right, there we go. So I'll wait for that to cook up, and once we have that, we should have everything that we need to make our first bit of dark matter. Ooh, exciting. Though technically all the blast furnaces are busy, so maybe we'll just have to wait for that. We're also going to need to make some void seeds to make some void metal, but that's nice and easy in this pack, and it's just some inactive ender cores mixed with wither ash, nether wart, and crushed black quartz, which you've got tons of. Actually, nether wart's the worst. I don't really know why it's so difficult to get, but it's fine. There we go. Oh wait, that made way more void seeds than how much void metal do I need? 4. Oh well, we've got 16 of these. To make it into the actual void metal, it's just a blast furnace recipe with 4 destructive will crystals and a void seed. So I'm just waiting for some destructive will crystals to grow. They're over here. Apparently I can right click them with the tartaric gem to split a bit off, but it either doesn't work with the common one. Let me try it with the big one, greater tartaric gem. I might work with that instead. Oh, yeah, there we go. It worked with that one, so I actually wasted a bit of stuff there doing it with the other one. That's fine. Doesn't really make a big difference. So we're a couple off that, but most of the blast furnaces are busy at the moment anyway, which is why I've just been storing stuff in here. So We've got 4 of those. We'll have 20, 16. 16. No, we need... Is it 4 each or 5 each? 4 each. Okay, no, we actually do have enough. But I needed 20 for some reason. And then once we have that, we just need the dark matter from this, and we should be good. I've hijacked this blast furnace quickly to make ourselves some dark matter. It is currently cooking up. It takes 90 seconds. That's a while. I've also got my EV energy hatches. I'm going to temporarily... I should probably connect these. Temporarily connect the battery buffer over here so that we can cook the red matter up, which is a really scuffed way of doing it. But we don't need much right now. We're pushing for Aurelia and then we'll sort everything out, I promise. Well, we'll see. Woohoo! Our first dark matter, which I thought was a quest. Well, maybe red matter's the only quest. Oh, I just have to make 1 red matter? I just have to make 1 red matter. We can stop. Halt. No more, we only need to make 1 red matter. This is going to be much easier. I'm making all the void metal anyway because we might as well, but this should be enough for 1 and I'll just stuff these hatches on. Let me go grab the battery buffer from over here. Oh, I should get... Is the dolly in here now? Yes. We shall pick this up. Thank you. And we'll combine it for this in a second. Okay, it seems to be working. I had to change the wires back here to aluminium cable. Oh, there we go. Never mind. That didn't seem to work either. Oh dear. Okay, another rechange for 4 times tungsten cable because that's IV and I forgot this is working on IV, not EV. So that should be fine. I don't know if I can keep this on. Okay, we seem to be holding up with the power with the battery buffer. Yes, so we should be able to make this red matter. What a pain. And after all that, red matter, which means, oh, what did I click? We can get 4 more red matter. So now all we need to make our Aurelia thing is the osmiridium, which we're working on. So ta-da, there we go. Let's put it in our chest before I set the blast furnaces back off. 4 of these. Actually, I do need to get a chorus flower, but that's not an issue. Woohoo, we're so close. Because of all the alloys that we need, I've got a bit of AFKing to do. So I think now is probably a good time to end today's episode, especially now we've got red matter. We're doing very well. I think next episode we might make it to Aurelia, which would be an amazing achievement. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.